up to studio at 11:50. First, though, it's time now for the morning show.
Hello and welcome to the beginning of another week on The Morning Show with Sybil and Martin.
Now, he's the biggest loser who won our hearts. Paddy Cunningham from Sligo confronted his lifelong weight problem on the TV show The Biggest Loser.
How are you feeling?
I think when I see people who have been lighter than me have lost more than me, and I've really pushed myself this week so hard.
It was quite emotional, and Paddy will be sharing his amazing journey with us shortly.
Plus, every job counts. As part of the TV3 campaign to get our country back working, we'll be meeting a man who 2 years ago lost his advertising job and has now set up a food business recruiting 12 people.
Started in Baggot Street this time last year, February 2010, and it was something I was working on for about 2 years. Prior to that, I'd worked in advertising and marketing for the previous 12 years, and I always felt there was a need for something new in the food landscape in Ireland. I just think people were getting a bit fed up with the paninis. I call it panini fatigue.
He'll be telling us about his burrito bar venture, and we'll be finding out more about the Every Job Counts campaign very shortly.
What's it like to be in a travelling circus theatre? Well, I paid a visit to Foot's Barn to find out what makes them unique.
This is theatre. Theatre in a ring.
Yeah.
Really, theatre is an arena.
And we celebrate all the fun videos people are putting out on the internet. More on those twins a little bit later on.
Now, anyone tuning in today to watch us interview young mum Shannon Keneally about her unexpected birth, Shannon's baby Tony isn't feeling well, so our best get-well wishes are sent to her and to the baby, and we hope to have them on the show very soon.
But first, weighing nearly 22 stone, Paddy Cunningham from Sligo decided to confront his lifelong weight problem by entering the TV show The Biggest Loser.
Now, Paddy knew it wasn't going to be easy, but did he realise it was going to be this tough? Have a look at this.
I know you're struggling. It's a struggle. It's hard.
My arms were saying no, my legs were no, we've had enough. And inside, I was like, Paddy, you can't do this.
Come on, Paddy. One more bit.
See straight away, he's struggling. The next thing is he breaks down, starts crying.
I'm trying to do my best. I promise.
It's not enough. No, be quiet. Do not. I want to see anybody feeling sorry for him, right?
He's had sympathy his whole life. It has done him no favours. He needs to toughen up.
Feeling sorry for yourself is why you're here. Dig deep, you suck it up, because you're going to have to get tougher.
And she was really pushing me to go further, do more. And in my mind, I thought I was doing the best I could, but Angie's right, and I could do more.
Come on, Paddy, that's what it's all about.
And it worked. He got there. And hopefully, that could be the difference between him going home or not.
And Paddy joins us now. I was looking at your face while you were watching that, and you were right back there.
I was right back there. My heart is going 90. It's just crazy watching it back again and seeing, first of all, what I looked like back then, and just remembering all the memories that I was having. At that particular moment, I can remember exactly what was going through my head.
And what was going through your head?
It was, this crazy woman is screaming at me, telling me to do something that my body's saying, no, I can't do. And it was just this internal kind of dilemma. It's like, my body's saying no, but I'm being told to do something, so naturally you feel, I have to do it, I'm being told to do it. And I didn't know how to deal with it, so my only way out was, I'm going to start crying. Mm-hmm. But then, Angie was right, I could do it. And I think it was a mental thing that I just needed to try and deal with, that you can do it, actually.
When you see your body back then, how does it make you feel looking at it now?
Quite sad that I let it get to that. In one sense, because it's not pretty, and I wasn't happy back then either. Even things like going clothes shopping and that. I just think, wow, what life was like day to day. If I wanted to get nice clothes, I couldn't, because you'd have to order the really big sizes off the internet or stuff like that. But also in my mind, I'm thinking that's a different person now. That's a completely different person to who I am now, which is quite nice. That's the nice side of it.
Well, your confidence has grown since losing the weight, and do you feel happier in yourself? Do you feel different?
I do. I feel really, really different. The biggest journey that I went on as part of The Biggest Loser was an emotional one and a mental one, because the weight loss seemed to be a side effect of that for me. In that it was nice to lose all the weight, but now I have this mental attitude that no matter what you throw at me, I can do it. I'll at least attempt it and see how I get on. Whereas before, it would be like, no, I can't do that. Without even think about it, like, no, I can't do it. But now it's like, yeah, bring it on.
When you look back on that, I know she's talking about, don't give them any sympathy. Yeah. Like, you know, I was actually getting angry looking at her because I was feeling sorry for you.
Yeah.
Were you looking back at that now? Were you feeling sorry for yourself and sympathy for yourself?
I think at the time I probably was. Looking at it now, I think Angie was spot on. And that's one of the things that the trainers were fantastic at, is knowing exactly when to push you more and when to try and push some buttons, or whatever the case might be, to get more out of you.
Is there a soft side to her?
Oh, there is. She's awesome. I love her to bits. I mean, you see a lot of the rah on the telly when she's on, but she is so sweet, and she can just tune into, and that's why I think I got on a little bit better with Angie than I did Richard. I think it was because she just got me, just clicked for some reason, and she got what I was there, what I was trying to do, and yeah, she's fantastic.
Was the fact that 4.5 million people watching you, trying to shed the pounds, did that spur you on? Because, I mean, that's a lot of pressure. And I mean, I don't know how you were able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, the TV cameras, you get used to them. For the first week, it was very like, what are you doing? I'm just getting out of bed. Please get the camera out of my face type thing. Or I'm just trying to cook lunch here. What are you doing? But after a while, you learn that the cameras are just doing their job and you're there to do yours. And you just need to focus on what you're there to do and what's been asked of you. And I didn't really think about the whole TV side of it until the show started to air in January. And then you started getting, like, response from people and getting, you know, things on Twitter and on Facebook. And I was like, wow, there is a lot of people watching this. And that's when I felt the pressure more so, thinking, oh no, should I have done something different in that episode? Or how are people going to perceive it? Or what the case might be. But by that stage, it's done, so you just have to deal with it.
It wasn't even your idea to do the show, was it?
No, it was Will's. I mean, who was my housemate over in England when I lived there. We'd both been huge fans of the show. And both of us were hugely overweight. And we'd often said before, wouldn't it be brilliant if we could go on a show like this? And then we seen that they were advertising, looking for people, and we just applied. Will applied, in fairness now. We didn't think that we'd hear anything from it. We were like, yeah, just do it. And then 4 months later, there we are on our way up to this big, gorgeous house in England to go through something that has completely changed my life.
The fact that you had somebody there, Will was there, and the fact that you were there for Will, did that help both of you?
Definitely, yeah, it did. I think that we were there together when we were putting the weight on, in that kind of, we drive each other to the drive-thru. And I also did this thing at the drive-thru, no, we're not bringing it home, we'll eat it in the car park of the drive-thru, because that doesn't seem really, haven't really eaten it. It was kind of like a bit of a denial thing, that we haven't eaten dinner at home type thing. But we used to comfort each other beforehand, but on the show it was fantastic having Will there, because it's nice just to have someone to have a bit of a moan at, or to let off steam, or just a familiar face. Because one of the things that I really struggled with was not seeing or speaking to my friends or my family. So it's quite big brotherish in that aspect, that you've got no contact with the outside world. And week 3 for me was really, really tough, because I really started to miss my family, not speaking to mum or dad, who I used to speak to nearly every other day when I lived in England. And that was what part of drove me to actually want to move home, back to Sligo.
What would you pin? Like, you lost, what, over 6 stone in general?
Since the start of the show, 6.5 stone, and at my heaviest I was 23, so I've lost all in all in the past year over 8 stone.
And what do you think has been the main reason why you lost? I mean, was it junk food? I mean, looking back now, what do you not eat anymore? I mean,
I think what probably got me there in the first place was probably a lot of emotional eating when I was younger, getting into the bad habits then. I went to an all-boys school, wasn't into the sports, and I lived out in the sticks in the middle of the field outside Sligo, a lovely place to live and grow up, but I didn't have many friends around.
And you were called names?
Yeah, in school, like, I was called Fatrick, which I can laugh at now because it's a different person, so it's fine.
But back then?
Back then, yeah, it was, it was a deal. It was, you kind of think, why are they picking on me? I haven't done anything to these people. Why do they feel it's okay to pick on me or to bully me just because I'm me? But kids can be cruel. you know.
Yeah.
But I said that's a very different person. And
of course, that just drives you further down that road, doesn't it?
Because for me, food was the one thing that was there. It tasted delicious. It was really nice. It never gave me any grief. You know, it was always there when you wanted it. So that's where I found my comfort. Anytime I was feeling down or feeling lonely or emotional or whatever the case might be.
So you don't need that anymore. You don't need the emotional eating now.
Exactly, because I genuinely feel happy with my life. And that's one of the big changes for me, is that I'm genuinely happy. Whereas before I might seem happy, that was probably a lot of a show put on just to keep other people around me happy. Whereas now it's like, do you know what, Paddy? No, things are good. You can be happy now.
It's coming from within.
Yeah, big time, Martin, big time.
How have things been for you now? Yeah, the show is finished. Of course, you did win a nice prize.
Yeah, I won a holiday to Abu Dhabi, which I haven't been on yet, but... sorry.
This probably is not the right time to go.
No, I'm going to wait until I think the weather gets a bit worse here, and then I'll go out there for the week or whatever it is, and enjoy it. So that's going to be really, really nice. Since
what about the love life? Has there been renewed interest?
There's been renewed interest, which is all very, very surreal at the moment, because it's kind of like, wow, I'm not used to getting attention of people. So like when I'm out and about now, there's a few people coming up and that. So it's nice, you know, but that's not my priority at the moment. My priority is starting studying in a few weeks to become a personal trainer. So once I'm qualified, then that's the main priority, and of course spend time with my family, which was the main reason why I moved home as well.
We can only wish you well. I know now you're shopping wherever you like.
Yeah,
which is a big bonus.
Yeah, it's one of the more expensive side effects of it as well, is having to buy loads of new clothes. But that's really enjoyable, and it's really nice now knowing that I can go into any of the shops and just buy whatever I want, which is good. And I think, you know, for anyone out there that's thinking about, oh, I need to lose weight, but I've tried this or I've tried that and it hasn't worked for me, what's the point? I think if you really want to lose weight, just take time out and think about why do you want to lose the weight, and also to get it straight in your mind that if you want to lose it, put yourself first.
Do you feel healthier?
Yeah, big time. I know that when I go to the gym now, that like my recovery time from exercise is much quicker, and that, so it's fantastic.
It's a win-win.
Yeah,
big well, time. Paddy, we wish you well in the future.
Thank you.
And with your personal training.
Thank you very much.
And congrats, and we hope that you keep off the weight and live a happy life.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good to talk.
Thanks for coming on.
Cheers.
After the break, why every job counts. We'll be chatting to a man who lost his job in advertising 2 years ago and is now flying high running a food business and hiring staff. We'll see you for that in a few minutes.